I want to tell you a number, and I want you to really think about what it means. Only 1%. 1 out of every 100 English learners ever reaches the highest level of spoken English fluency.
1%. And these are not people with special gifts. They are not people who grew up in English-speaking countries. Many of them started exactly where you are right now.
So what separates them from the 99%? It's not intelligence. It's not money. It's not even the amount of time they studied.
It's one thing. They were willing to go further than everyone else stopped. When others said, "This is enough, I'm comfortable here," they kept going.
Today, we are going to test whether you have what it takes to be part of that 1%. Not someday. Right now. With a real conversation test that will show you exactly where your English is today.
And more importantly, exactly how far you are from that 1%. Because for some of you, it is closer than you think.
Are you ready to find out? Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where we help you speak English naturally and confidently through real, honest conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Maria. And today, we are doing the most challenging episode we have ever made.
A real English level test. 5 levels, 5 conversation challenges, and complete honesty about where your English truly stands.
This episode is for all levels, but today we are going all the way to the top, to the level that only 1% reach.
How are you feeling today, Maria?
Honestly, excited and nervous at the same time. Like before a really important exam.
Same. Before we start, thank you. Really, thank you for being here and for being willing to find out the truth today, even if it's uncomfortable.
The truth always moves you forward faster than comfort. Let's go. Okay, I want to start with a question that might change how you think about your English journey completely.
What's that?
When you imagine being fluent in English, really fluent, what does that look like? What does it feel like?
I think most people imagine speaking without thinking too hard, understanding everything, feeling confident in any situation.
Yes. And here is the thing about that image, that fluency. It is not a mystery. It is not luck. It is not a special talent.
It is a level, a specific, reachable level, with a name, C1 or C2, the 1% level.
And the reason only 1% reach it is not because it's impossible. It's because most people stop before they get there.
They reach B1, they can communicate, and they think, okay, this is enough. I can get by.
And getting by, it's comfortable. It's safe. It works in most situations.
But getting by and truly owning English, those are completely different experiences.
At the 1% level, English is not something you do. It's something you are. It flows out of you like water. Natural, effortless, alive.
And today, we find out how close you are to that level, or how far. Either way, after today, you will know exactly where to go.
I want you to do something before we start. Close your eyes for 1 second. And imagine yourself having a conversation in English, any conversation, feeling completely confident. No hesitation, no translation, just natural, flowing English.
Hold that image. Because that image, that is not a fantasy. That is a level, and levels are reachable.
Maybe this is you. You have been studying for years. Your English is decent. But decent is not where you want to stay. You want more. Today, we find out how to get there.
Okay, let's begin. Level 1. A1. The very beginning. And before we test anything, I want to say something that I believe deeply.
What's that?
Starting at level 1 and committing to reach level 5, that is one of the most courageous decisions a person can make. Because you are choosing to be a beginner. Publicly. Vulnerably. In a language that isn't yours yet.
And that courage, that willingness to start from zero, it is the same quality that gets people to the 1%. The willingness to be uncomfortable at every stage of the journey.
At level 1, you know greetings, basic vocabulary, numbers, colors. You can introduce yourself in simple sentences.
Level 1 challenge. Answer this out loud right now.
Say your full name, where you are from, how old you are, and one thing you enjoy doing.
4 pieces of information. Out loud. In English. Go.
If you answered all 4, clearly and without long pauses, you passed level 1. You are on the journey.
Level 2. A2. And at this level, something important happens for the first time. English starts to feel useful in the real world.
At level 2, you can buy things in a shop. Ask for and give directions. Have a simple conversation about your life, your family, your work.
And you can start to express, very simply, what you think and feel. I like this. I prefer that. I think this is better because...
Level 2 challenge. Answer out loud with at least 4 connected sentences.
Tell me about someone in your family who is important to you. Who are they? Why are they important? And what have you learned from them?
Take a moment. Think of a real person. And speak.
If you answered with 4 or more connected sentences, including a reason and something you learned, you passed level 2.
And here is the most important advice I can give level 2 learners. The gap between level 2 and level 3, it is almost entirely closed by speaking more than you study.
Most level 2 learners study 70% of the time and speak 30%. To reach level 3, flip that. Speak 70%. Study 30.
Your brain learns language by using it, not by knowing it. Use it every day, imperfectly and bravely. Okay, level 3. B1. Intermediate, and I call this level the comfortable trap, and here is why.
At level 3, you can communicate clearly and effectively in most everyday situations. You can express opinions, tell stories, handle unexpected questions, get things done in English.
And it feels good, really good. After the struggle of levels 1 and 2, level 3 feels like arriving somewhere.
And for many situations, it is enough. You can travel. You can work in many environments. You can make friends. You can function in English.
And so, people stop. Consciously or unconsciously, they stop pushing because they're comfortable. And comfort, it's the enemy of the 1%.
Because the 1%, they were comfortable too, at level 3. And they chose to keep going anyway.
At level 3, your biggest limitation is not vocabulary. It's not grammar. It's spontaneity and depth.
You can talk about familiar topics fluently, but unfamiliar topics, complex emotions, abstract ideas, those slow you down noticeably.
Okay. Level 3 challenge. This one requires real spontaneous thinking. Do not prepare. Just answer immediately and keep going for at least 6 sentences.
What do you think about this statement? The most important lessons in life cannot be taught. They can only be experienced. Do you agree? Use examples from your own life.
Do not think too long. Start speaking within 10 seconds. And keep going.
This challenge tests spontaneity, depth of thought, and the ability to support an opinion with real personal examples. These are the B1 to B2 skills. If you understood the question, had thoughts, but the sentences came out slowly and simply, you are at B1, working towards B2.
And here is the one practice that moves people from level 3 to level 4 faster than anything else.
What is it?
Talk about things that matter to you, not just safe, comfortable topics. Talk about your fears, your values, your beliefs, your deepest opinions. In English, out loud, every day.
Because when the topic matters to you, you find the words, even when you don't think you have them.
Emotion drives language. Use it. Okay. Level 4. B2. And this is where the 1% journey truly begins.
Because level 4 is the first level where English stops being about survival and starts being about expression. At levels 1, 2, and 3, you are asking yourself, can I communicate this? Can I get the message across? Will they understand me?
At level 4, the question changes completely. You stop asking, can I communicate this? And you start asking, am I expressing this the way I really mean it? That shift from communication to expression, that is the level 4 shift. And it is profound.
Profound means deep and significant. Life-changing.
At level 4, you can discuss complex, abstract, and controversial topics. You can argue, persuade, analyze, challenge.
You understand subtext, irony, the meaning beneath the meaning. When someone says one thing but means something else, you catch it.
And you can produce that too. You can be witty, subtle, layered in your expression.
Okay, level 4 challenge. And I want you to take this very seriously. This is the challenge that separates the 1% from everyone else.
Answer this out loud. With depth, with passion, with complexity. Do not stop. Do not simplify. Give this everything you have.
Think about a deeply held belief that you have, something you believe is fundamentally true about human nature or society. Now, argue against it, completely, as if you believe the opposite. Use real examples. Be convincing.
Take a moment. Choose your belief. And then argue against it as powerfully as you can.
This challenge tests the most advanced English thinking skill, cognitive flexibility combined with linguistic precision. The ability to hold two opposing ideas and express both with equal power.
If you did that, with real conviction, with complex vocabulary, with connected and persuasive arguments, you are at level 4. Genuinely.
And if you understood exactly what was asked, had ideas, but the English felt like it was limiting your thoughts, you are very close to level 4. The ideas are there. The language just needs to catch up.
And here's how you close that gap. Read deeply. Not just English content, English literature, English essays, English opinion pieces. The kind of writing that shows you how complex thoughts are expressed in English.
Because the vocabulary of level 4, it doesn't come from speaking practice alone. It comes from reading the thoughts of people who have mastered the language.
Read their words, absorb their structures, and then use them in your own voice, about your own ideas. Okay. Level 5. C1. The 1%. And let me tell you what this level actually feels like from the inside.
Please.
It feels like freedom. Real, complete, total freedom in a language that is not your first.
You stop noticing that you are speaking English. It just happens. Like breathing.
You think a complex thought, and the English is there, already formed. Ready. You don't search for words. You don't translate. You don't pause noticeably.
At level 5, people sometimes forget that English is not your first language. Not because your accent is perfect, but because your confidence and your expression are so natural.
And at level 5, you can do something that very few non-native speakers can do. You can be funny in English.
Yes, real humor, not translated jokes. English humor that works because you understand the culture, the timing, the subtext.
Because humor requires all of those things: cultural knowledge, timing, wordplay, the ability to be surprising. These are level 5 skills.
At level 5, English has become part of your identity. Not your whole identity, but a real, living part of who you are.
Okay, level 5 challenge. And I want you to answer this one as if you are talking to a dear friend. No performance. No showing off. Just real, deep, natural English.
Tell me about a time when you completely lost yourself in something. A project, a moment, an experience, and time disappeared. What were you doing? Why did it affect you that deeply? And what does that experience tell you about who you really are at your core?
Take as long as you need. And speak from the most honest place you have.
This challenge tests authenticity, depth of self-expression, complex vocabulary in an emotional context, and natural narrative flow. These are the markers of level 5 English.
If you answered that with natural flow, genuine emotion, sophisticated vocabulary, and without noticeable effort, you are at level 5. You are in the 1%.
And if you understood the question at a deep level, had a real and moving answer, but felt the English was slightly limiting your full expression, you are between level 4 and level 5. And the gap, it is smaller than you think.
That gap closes through immersion and authenticity. Consuming English content that moves you emotionally. Having conversations in English about things that genuinely matter to you. Letting English into the emotional parts of your life, not just the practical ones.
Because language lives in emotion. And when you invite English into your emotional world, it grows there. Naturally. Deeply. permanently.
Maybe you discovered today that you are closer to the 1% than you ever believed.
Or maybe you discovered there is real work to do at level 3 or 4. And that is equally valuable because now you know exactly where to go. Can I say something to everyone who just took this test?
Please.
I want to talk about the 99% for a moment because I think we get this wrong. We talk about the 1% like they are special, like they were chosen.
And they weren't.
They weren't. They were ordinary people who made an extraordinary commitment. The commitment to keep going. Past comfort. Past good enough. Past the point where most people stop.
And here's the truth about that commitment. It doesn't require hours and hours every day. It doesn't require moving to an English-speaking country. It doesn't require special resources.
It requires one thing: consistency in the direction of discomfort. Every day, doing the English practice that challenges you slightly, not the comfortable practice, the slightly uncomfortable practice.
Because growth lives in the slightly uncomfortable, not the overwhelmingly difficult, not the boringly easy, the slightly uncomfortable.
And you already know what that practice is for you. Speaking when you want to be silent, answering questions you haven't prepared for, reading content that's slightly too hard, having conversations that push your vocabulary.
You know. You've known the whole time. The question was never what to do.
The question was, will you do it? Consistently, even when it's uncomfortable, even when progress feels slow, even when nobody is watching.
And today, by being here, by taking this test honestly, by answering those challenges out loud even when they were hard,
You answered that question. Yes, I will do it.
that yes, it is more powerful than any vocabulary list, more powerful than any grammar book, more powerful than any app.
Remember this: the 1% are not the most talented English speakers. They are the most committed ones. And commitment, unlike talent, is a choice that anyone can make.
Say it again.
The 1% are not the most talented English speakers. They are the most committed ones. And commitment is a choice that anyone can make.
Including you. Starting today.
Okay, everyone, let's slow down now. Word tour time.
Key words from today. Say them with us.
Word 1. Subtext. This means the meaning beneath the words, what someone really means, beyond what they literally say. Example 1. At level 4, you start to understand subtext, the humor, the irony, the unspoken meaning. Example 2. She picked up on the subtext of his comment immediately. Her English was clearly advanced.
Subtext is the reward of level 4 and 5. It takes time to hear, but when you start hearing it, English becomes a completely different experience.
Word 2. Spontaneity. This means happening naturally and immediately without preparation. Example 1. Real conversational fluency requires spontaneity, the ability to respond immediately and naturally. Example 2. His spontaneous responses in English showed he had truly internalized the language.
Spontaneity cannot be faked. It comes from thousands of real, unscripted conversations. Start having them today.
Word 3. Cognitive flexibility. This means the ability to think in multiple directions, to see different perspectives quickly. Example 1. Arguing both sides of an issue builds cognitive flexibility in English. Example 2. Cognitive flexibility is what separates level 3 speakers from level 4 speakers.
Build cognitive flexibility. Argue against yourself. Consider every perspective. Your English will grow with your thinking.
Word 4. Profound. This means deep, significant, and life-changing. Example 1. The shift from communication to expression at level 4 is profound. Example 2. The decision to pursue the 1% level is a profound commitment to yourself.
The 1% level is a profound achievement. And like all profound things, it takes time, patience, and deep commitment.
Word 5. Authenticity. This means being genuine, real, and true to yourself, not performed or rehearsed. Example 1. Authentic English, expressing your real thoughts and feelings, is the mark of advanced fluency. Example 2. Her authentic responses in English were more impressive than any memorized speech.
Be authentic, in English and in everything. Authenticity resonates with people in any language.
Word 6. Immersion. This means surrounding yourself completely with English, living in the language rather than just studying it. Example 1. True immersion means thinking, feeling, and experiencing in English, not just speaking it. Example 2. Immersion accelerated her progress to level 5 faster than any course she had taken.
Immerse yourself. Not just in comfortable English content, but in English that challenges you. English that moves you. English that changes how you think.
Word 7. Precision. This means exactness, using exactly the right word or expression for exactly the right meaning. Example 1. Level 5 English is characterized by precision. Every word is the right word. Example 2. She expressed herself with such precision that her meaning was perfectly clear.
Work towards precision. Not just communication, but exact, precise expression. The right word. Every time.
Word 8. Commitment. This means a firm decision to do something and the consistent follow-through on that decision. Example 1. The 1% reached their level through commitment, not talent. Example 2. Her commitment to speaking English every day transformed her level within 1 year.
Commitment is the variable. Everything else follows from commitment. Make the commitment. Follow through. And watch what becomes possible. Okay, one specific action for this week based on where you discovered you are today.
If you are level 1 or 2, speak in English out loud for 5 minutes every morning. About anything. About your day. About what you can see from your window. Just speak.
If you are level 3, talk about something that genuinely matters to you. A belief, a value, a fear, a hope. In English, out loud, for 5 minutes. Every day.
If you are approaching level 4, practice arguing both sides of one topic every day. Pick any controversial idea. Argue one side for 2 minutes. Then the other side for 2 minutes. Every day.
If you are at level 4, read one piece of English writing this week that challenges you emotionally and intellectually. Not just information, writing that makes you feel something. And then write or speak about how it affected you. in English.
And here is your sentence template for today, the most important sentence in this whole episode.
I am currently at level underscore underscore underscore. To reach the 1%, I need to work on score underscore underscore. And starting today, I commit to practicing score underscore every single day.
Say it out loud, right now. Mean every word.
I am currently at level underscore underscore underscore. To reach the 1%, I need to work on score underscore underscore. And starting today, I commit to practicing score underscore every single day.
That commitment, those words, they are the beginning of your 1% journey. Right there, in this moment. Okay, comment challenge time. And today, this is the most important comment challenge we have ever asked. Tell us, what level did you reach today? And what is your commitment for the next 30 days to move towards the 1%?
Write it using this sentence. Today, I reached level underscore. For the next 30 days, I commit to underscore every single day because I want to reach the 1% level.
Write it. In English. Right now. In the comments below.
Because that written commitment, those specific words, they will hold you accountable, even when the motivation fades, even when it gets hard. You wrote it. You committed. You go back to that comment and you remember why.
We read every single comment. Everyone. And we genuinely believe in this community that there are future 1% speakers right now. Reading this, listening to this.
If this episode challenged you, or inspired you, or made you see your English differently, please give it a like. It helps more people find us. And more people find their 1%.
And subscribe to Speak Unstoppable if you haven't yet. New episodes every day, real conversations, real English, real life.
Thank you for being here today. Thank you for taking the hardest test on this podcast.
And thank you for being honest with yourself about your level, about your gaps, about what you want.
That honesty, combined with that commitment, it is everything.
The 1% are not waiting for you.
They are becoming you.
Right now. In this moment. With this commitment.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.